What is up, guys? Charlie Pang is here. So today I'm going to show you guys how you can use Photoshop to add any object you want to your photos. It's a really fun tutorial, guys, so I hope you enjoy it. Let's go ahead and hop into Photoshop and get started. Alright guys, so now that we're in Photoshop, we're going to be taking this image and we're going to be adding an airplane going over the building. So let's say you took this photo and you thought to yourself, man, it would have been really cool if I had an airplane going over the building. Now, a lot of the times, obviously you can't wait, that's not realistic, it would probably take a while for that to actually happen. You'd have to get pretty lucky to snap that photo at the right time. So in this case, we're going to be using Photoshop to fix that problem and add things that we wanted to add. And it's great for those people that want to take photos, but like I said, don't want to wait around for specific things to happen. So anyway, we're going to be adding an airplane, and we're also going to be adjusting the sky a little bit, and we're just going to be also adding a gradient map on this photo to make it pop that much more. So there's even some really cool photo editing techniques I'm going to be showing you guys today. So anyway, I already have this photo popped up, and if you want to know where I got this photo, I actually got it from a website called unsplash.com. It's a really cool free website, and all the photos on there are free to use. So it's great for those people that just kind of want to mess around in Photoshop as well. So anyway, what we're going to do first is we're going to take this airplane real quick. I'm going to double click on the background because I want to make it a rasterized layer. It had a lock on it, and that's what Photoshop does. It will lock the background. So all you do to unlock it is just double click on it. It's really easy. So the first thing we're going to do is go over to the left here and go to our magic wand tool. Now the reason why we're going to our magic wand tool is because we're going to go ahead and select all the blue out of the background, and we're just going to delete it. It's really going to be easy, nothing to it, guys. We're going to, we're not going to sit here and use the lasso tool or anything like that to select around the airplane, because it's going to take way too long to do that. So in order to save some time, we're just going to take the magic wand tool and we're going to select the background. Make sure contiguous is on up here, because if it's not, it's going to try to select all the blue, as you can see, and that's not good. You don't want to select all the blue because we don't want to get rid of the engine blue that's on there. So to prevent that, just make sure contiguous is checked. Go ahead and select the blue, and then you can simply just hit delete on your keyboard and magic happens. Now you have a perfect cutout of this airplane. So now what we can do is we can title airplane. I like to title my layers because I want to know what they are later on in case I need to fix anything. So now that we have that, we can go ahead and drag that to our main document. So like I said, all I did is I took that layer. When I'm selecting that layer, I just used the mouse and dragged it to my document, which is titled Airplane PSD. Okay, so that's it. We can go ahead and hide that for now because we have a few other things that we need to do. Another thing we need to do is, again, double click on the background to rasterize it and unlock it. And we're just gonna drag the sky as well. So our goal today is we wanna go ahead and select the existing sky and crop it out, because we wanna put the new sky behind that. So the way it's gonna work is we're basically gonna cut a hole out. So everything you see where the sky is, we're gonna cut that out, and anything that's gonna go behind that layer or under that layer is going to be shown. So I'll show you exactly what I mean by that. So go ahead and select the before layer, which is our main picture, or you can type building, whatever you want. So a lot of times I like to duplicate my main picture that I'm going to be using, because in case I mess up or something like that, I want to be able to have it later on. But in this case, I'm not going to do that, but I would definitely recommend keeping backup layers. It's a very good practice. So anyway, so we have the building. Now what we need to do is do the same thing. We're going to take the magic wand tool and we're just going to select the sky real quick. Nothing to it, guys. We're not going to try to get too fancy with this. You really don't need to take the lasso tool or any other complicated method to get rid of the sky, because the magic wand tool is going to work just fine. So now that that's selected with the marching ants, you'll see them marching around. That's what we call them, marching ants. Once you see that, we're going to go ahead and hit this layer mask. Right below layers, you'll see this little rectangle with a circle cut out. That's the layer mask, okay? So click that, and what's gonna happen is it's gonna cut it out. So as you guys can see, it didn't cut it out the way we wanted it. What we want is we want this part that's showing right now to be cut out, and then the building to be showing. So all you have to do is click on that layer mask and just do Control-I, and it's gonna invert it, and that's all you have to do, and now it's fixed. So anything that's behind this, that's under this building layer, it's gonna show. So let's go and unhide the sky. As you can see, the sky is showing now. So anyway, everything below this layer is gonna be showing now, which is perfect. Now we are set. Now the only thing we need to do really is start positioning things before we blend it. So I'm gonna position the sky where the sunny part is on top. And the reason why is because if you look at the airplane, it's got intense light, or it's got a lot of light on on this side right here where my cursor is. So that we're gonna basically utilize that and make it look like it belongs there, if that makes sense. So we also need to drag this airplane layer below the building as well, but it needs to be above the sky, okay? I'm gonna title sky real quick. So now we have the building, airplane, and then sky. That's the order that I have it in. So what I need to do now is I need to basically resize the airplane to make it look like it actually belongs here, because it was a little big. That's okay though. And then I can also kind of reposition it or tilt it just by doing Control T on my keyboard. I'm using a PC, by the way. I'm using Control T, and I can basically resize it to what I want. So I'm gonna do it just like that. Now, it doesn't have to be perfect, guys. It just has to be, you know, you have to be happy with it. So don't worry about making things too perfect. As long as you're happy with it, that's what matters. I'm gonna resize it just a little bit more. So now I have the airplane there, which is great, and I have my sky. I do think my sky needs to be moved just a little bit more, maybe just like that. And I also want to move the airplane above it. And now it looks a little bit more natural because it looks like the actual clouds are lighting up the airplane in a way, which is really cool. All right, guys, so once you position the airplane and the sky to be exactly where you want it, you guys might end up putting it a little bit, positioning a little bit different than I have it, but this is where I want it. So now what I'm gonna do is I need to add an adjustment to this, a hue and saturation adjustment. And what it's gonna do is it's gonna blend the sky and the airplane a lot more to make it look more natural with the building, if that makes sense. So it will make more sense once you see it. So I'm gonna add it, and you'll see it, it's like a half circle below layers, you'll see it. It's a half circle, you click on that, and then just go to hue and saturation, it's gonna add it. So now what I'm gonna do is lower the saturation a lot, quite a bit, and you're gonna see that it's gonna start to kind of fade a lot, but that's gonna match what the photo looked like originally, and that's kind of what we're going for. We're trying to stay true to the colors that are already present in the photo. And if the sky was that blue and the airplane was that vibrant, what's gonna happen is it's not gonna look natural, and we don't want that. So unless you're going for more of a surreal piece, I guess that would make more sense. But anyway, I'm gonna raise the saturation just a little bit more. And to top everything off, because that's great and all, but I still want it to blend just a little bit more. So to fix that, what we're gonna do is we're gonna add a gradient map over everything, over all the layers, and it's gonna help blend all the colors together really nicely. So go down to that half circle again, go to gradient map, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna add a quick gradient map. All right, guys, so if you wanna use the same exact gradients that I'm gonna be using today, go ahead and go to the gear icon real quick and go all the way down to photographic toning and hit that. And then once this little menu pops up, just hit OK or append. Both of them work the same, and then that's it. And then it's gonna add all these so you can use them just like I am. So the one that I ended up going with, I believe, is this bluish color down here. Let me double check. Yeah, it's this blue color right here. And after you add that, so once you go to the same one I have right here, you're gonna go back to layers real quick, and we're gonna just change the blending mode to make it blend into this photo a lot better, if that makes sense. So, because right now it's looking really intense, and that's not really the vibe I'm going for. So in order to fix that, go to the blending mode, and let's go ahead and try overlay first. See, I don't like that either, so we're just gonna try a couple of them out. We might end up going with something else. We'll check it out. Go to soft light. So soft light seems to be the better option, and I actually do use that quite a bit. So that is all you have to do for that. So go to soft light, that's gonna blend it into your photo really nicely, and then lower the opacity just a little bit to your liking. You might think it needs a lot more opacity. You might want to go all the way down with it. It's really up to you. Everybody has different taste, right? So just kind of do whatever you think looks better. And that's basically it, guys. That's all I have to do to make that blend a lot better. And now it looks like a really, really cool photo that somebody took, but what somebody probably won't know is that's not a real photo. Somebody photoshopped this. So once you have done all that, you can still adjust the airplane and sky without messing with the effects or adjustment layers that we added on top. And since they're on top, what we can basically do is, like, let's say I want to grab the airplane and move it a little bit, I can still move it a little bit without the colors changing or anything like that. So that's really, really cool. And that's basically it, guys. That's all you have to do to blend an object into its environment or its background or your photo, whatever you want to call it. So really, really easy. And there are definitely more advanced things that I can do this photo, but that's just a great starting point for somebody that's new at this and just wants to get started today. All right, guys, so that was it for this video. I hope you found it helpful. And if you did, please let me know what you thought about it in the comment section below. And let's get a lot of likes on this video if you guys want to see more of these type of tutorials. And that is it for me, guys. I will see you in the next one. Bye.